What up guys, hope you're okay and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at a great gold trade that I took. I took around 80 pips profit, which is really good, with a round about a 14 pips stop loss, a really good risk reward. I'm going to break down how I got into the trade, what were the reasons for it, and why I always look for the higher time frames in gold. So yeah, let's get into it and I'll see you when we get on the charts. What up squad, YouTube gang, I'm back with another video, finally back on YouTube, all that good stuff. Let me just put my thing over here, and today we just caught a beautiful gold trade. I just want to kind of go through it and the structure that formed for me to go, yeah, this is really good to get in. With a beautiful stop loss. I'll show you the signal that was sent to the group and how we got in. Running about 80 pips now. Took most of it off now. Now we only have a little bit of a runner, but really good. And the reason why I wanted to get in this was because of the higher time frames. I talk about this all the time about the higher time frames in gold. They are so important to stay towards and stay with because of the fact that the higher time frames are telling you the story. The lower time frames are where you can try and enter to get into the story, but the higher time frames are always showing you what the story is talking about. So what I mean by the story, so let's just get rid of this now, is the higher time frames, so the daily time frame and the 4-hour time frame. Let me just move my beautiful face 1 second. There we go. So the daily time frame was bearish. It was solidly bearish all day, rejecting the highs at 1818 and 1828. It was pretty simple, okay? The 4-hour time frame, okay, was bearish at the time. So the 4-hour time frame was bullish at the time, okay? I had exceeded the high, which is fine, you know, it's not the best, but I knew that the 4-hour had a lot more time left. And I looked at it on the hourly. So what happened here, if you can see, let me just get a tool out. Let me just get an arrow. I wish I had zoom up over here. But what price did was price came back up for the top wick, which happened at 10 o'clock, which is fine, which was the 4-hour top wick, and then we started driving down and we got an hourly close. This is the setup that we normally look at and see. Let me just get my pictures out. On numerous occasions through gold and GJ, where prices pushed down, we are in a bearish momentum, bearish structure from the upside. And it came back up, retested a certain area, which was a support. Can you see? Was a support over here? And when we come back up to support, it could act as resistance at that time. So we came back up there. We've closed bearish, waited for the top wick of the next one, and this is where we entered, right around where this 1-hour flip was. Obviously, the 1-hour flip, if you measure, was 30 pips. I don't have any stop bigger than 20 pips on gold, and in this case it was actually only around about 14. But yeah, I'll just go to the lower time frames over here. So the first thing that you can see is that we had resistance forming there. We had the hourly flip was right around this area or here. And then the 4-hour flip is the 4-hour line, is the blue line over here, which is what I was really interested in. And what you saw was we've got this 15-minute closure bearish below, which is nice for me. This is a confirmation that we're rejecting the highs again. We're about to flip the hourly, and you see here the hourly? Very nice. We're flipping the hourly here to continue down to these lows, and that was the target. I then looked at the 5-minute to try and get me a bit more of a cleaner entry, and I did. I got in, if you take a look at the signal over here. So I got in at 1796. So I got in a sell. Let me just move this over here. Why is it not closing for me? There we go. So I got in at 1796. So right around this area when we're breaking the lows of this, and my stop loss was above the previous 5-minute. Okay, so when this one made the top wick and then drive down, this is when I entered. My TPs were put in the chat as well. So I said TPs, and I'll show you how I basically find where I can take profits. So TP was at 1794.3, and then take profit at 1793. I actually also updated it later on to say hold it for 1790. And yeah, I'll just show you through this in a sec. So yeah, price came down, beautiful. I had stop loss to break even, right around where this 4 hours flipping. So around about 8-9 pips profit, stop loss to break even. And I took positions off, some of my positions, like 70 or 60% of my positions at this low, because this is where the next support is, and it could react off it. But however, the one thing I wanted to keep my runners on was because of the higher time frames. The 4 hour was flipping. Look at the 4 hour momentum. It made the top wick. It started flipping. Where do we see price continuing down? down? Well, look at the next, look towards the left. Where was the last support? It was at 1790, and you can see we've smashed that over here. But a couple things on how of trailing your stops to try and get the whole move. So you can see I still have a bit of a runner on, I showed before. And it is all down to you. So for example, price is pushing below here, and I said, guys, right, you could trail this on the 5 minutes. So I said, move your stop loss to 17.95, and then when we push down here, I said, right, move your stop loss to 17.94, because we shouldn't come back up to this now. We should just get a drive down. I said, take some off at 17.90. So always try, and especially with gold, use the 5 minutes to put your trailing stops on, because you can really get the whole move just from trailing the 5 minutes. So here, if you just trail the 5 minutes, wait for this one to make a top wick, then put your position there, then trail this one, put the top wick there, and then you finally would have got hit out at 17.89. So you would have got that full move just by trailing the 5 minutes. But yeah, really just a quite a quick and simple way of taking a gold trade. But you can see I was always down to the 4 hour, and I always stuck to the trend. So some people in my group were saying, oh Max, do you fancy having like buys above here? And I go, nope, because of the fact that the 4 hour was just making the top wick, and the daily is very bearish. And you can see the past 4 hour candle was bearish, and look what else it did. It closed below 4 hour support, which was here, 17.98. So pretty simple, and this is how you can really maximize gold trades and prolong them through using momentum. This is a perfect time to take them at NY session. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Pretty quick, pretty simple, but this is how you can really get some amazing gains on gold. And just wait for the right setup every single time in the day. In that little time period, you got a lot of momentum, and look at the 4 hour and the daily where price is heading off, and then get your entries either on the 5 minute, the 15 minute, or 30 if you can, but normally 15 or 5, and then you'll be good. So thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.